much, Mr. Moderator.
Thank you so much, Vincent, for that wonderful contribution to this our discourse. Uchenna Okeke, do you believe that it is possible to hold presidential election in Nigeria at the same time somebody somewhere is talking about a referendum? Is it possible?
The truth is that the referendum is a fraud. It is very, very obvious, and I don't know. We are not seeing the possibility of holding election in a sovereign country called Nigeria the same day United Nations will be observing a referendum without organization under the same mood and the same way. So we are not seeing the possibility, just like as I said, to reverse that fraud. We know because we have seen and we understand what referendum is all about. It is also a part of election. It is a part of votes where you decide on what you want to. It's a decision that must pass through process of vote. And today, when you listen to a group called themselves freedom fighters against secessionist group, you'll be hearing that they want to conduct a referendum on 16th of February this month, 2019. And the same group is telling you to go and sit at home. You see competition within themselves. This is, with all this their logic, you find out that this is a total mess. As if we are being dumped from home and we don't know anything. How can you sit at home and do referendum and cast your vote the same time to decide on, okay, are they going to use Nigerians' vote in place of their own referendum vote? These are the things I keep asking my people here. Some of the members here, when they say they want to do referendum, I ask them, how do you conduct referendum while sitting at home? We are telling people to sit at home, they should boycott elections, they should sit at home. Is it in your home that you do the referendum? She gets quite confused. The fact is that I don't know if it is a witchcraft. If it is a witchcraft that Americans have used to deceive our youth and some of our elders, I think something we need to do a serious work to cancel such stuff on them, because they do very big stuff. Some of them, their intellectual reasoning has been dwindled. And that is the reason why I always appreciate this radio. All this while that we have not been on air, it has been a pain on my own side. Because within this month, this past month of January, that is when the heat of this referendum came up again. And I want to tell you that today we are on air. How I wish we continue to be on air on a daily basis to reward our people, to enlighten them the need why we must do things accordingly, and also to direct them aright, because they are going in the wrong way. Even the government has bewitched our people with fraud, and our people seem not to understand what is going on. Referendum, and we have not enlightened the people on the referendum is all about. All they know is that sit at home, that is all that is referendum. Is that is sitting at home referendum? So, my moderator, honestly speaking, this is a witchcraft. Witchcraft in the highest order. And by the special grace of God, with the help of DPA, and vobi, First of Biafra International Family, the radio under the bim-massob family, in the directive of the chief of the rifle was written, we continue to enlighten our people and guide them aright. So I will also advise our people on the 16th of this month, please go out and cast your votes. We are not campaigning for anybody, as our moderator said. We are not campaigning for anybody, neither PDP or APC. But we must exercise our full rights on that very day. Possibly, if possible, any man or any woman who either wish neither Nigeria good or Biafra good must be bring down. That is our prayer. And God will help us. And Biafra will continue to march ahead on the side of Biafra rightfully and directly. Thank you, my moderator.
Thank you so much, Uchenna. One thing we have to inform our people is this. Talking about organizing a referendum on the very day Nigeria is organizing presidential election is like conducting marriage ceremony and bereavement on the same day. Somebody died in a family. Somebody is wedding in a family. In the same family, you are conducting a wedding. You are also conducting a funeral the same time. How possible? Let us ask ourselves questions. How possible? If anybody is now telling you that referendum and presidential election will go vis-a-vis, side by side, the same time in Nigeria, oh my God. Anybody potara believe here, the person is mentally sick. Why do you believe anything? In a family, in a marriage ceremony, in a conduct a funeral the same day. Come on. Why do you believe any trash? Stay at home. It's your free choice. That is not tantamount to referendum. Oh my God. Why do they confuse the stupid, the illiterate, the unthinking? Another referendum, referendum, so they call it. Oh, no, we're not referendum. Do you know the process it takes to conduct a referendum? Assuming they say protest, stay at home, it's a different thing. We wouldn't be quarreling with them. But for somebody to be talking using the word referendum, put in parentheses. Come on. It sounds too absurd. There is nothing like referendum on the 16th of February. What you have is a protest by IPOB members not to participate in the election. But then look at the contradictions. You were asked not to get their PVC. You were equally told to stay at home. Side by side, by way of parallel, you are asked to vote out Ibazu and Omahi. Oh my God. Come on. You don't have PVC. You are going to stay at home that day on the gubernatorial election date. And you are being asked to vote out Ibazu and Omahi. With what? Tell me with what? Sometimes in a week. Because any person has money in a week, you shouldn't be able to animal. Some of you IPO people who never can do that money. Come on. Go home and get senses. Who will be parents? Who will get my parents? Who will get money? Who will get money? Who will get dog? Somebody needs to reform you people. Somebody needs to rehabilitate you people. You may have to pass through the foundry to become human beings again. They won't need Shababa, only Biafra here. Today, or yesterday, somebody project Nama, Naga Guru, Monaco, Naga village, na Kepe, but I for referendum, but I for Jesus Christ. Organ in Mendibu. Jimba Mado Chomo, only Susariga, in our way, but I for referendum. Go say, oh, Jesus. And I say, Kuloku. In a Koku referendum, again on Emulogina, according to your group, you know, only your fence or whatever you call it. Stay at home, don't come out. If you are crippled or blind, stay at home. Don't bother. Stay at home by way of protest. But if any now referendum, please don't include Igbo people. Don't talk about Biafra at all. Referendum. Let me go to where Sonny Emmanuel Wabisi is. Sonny, what do you have to say about this issue of referendum and the presidential election on the same date in Biafra land and in Nigeria?
Yeah, thank you, my brother. In fact, I will equally say that the confusion is increasing every day by day. You know, people who are paid to bring confusion in Biafran struggle, who are paid to bring confusion in the midst of our brothers and sisters everywhere in the world. They are working tirelessly to make sure that the confusion extended itself. But I want to tell you, and I want to tell the world, for them to understand that no matter the tricks you want to use, technically your name is a failure as long as Biafra is concerned. As long as the struggle of Biafra is concerned, their name is failure. You see, somebody who was shouting no election, boycott election, at the same time telling his members to vote in Ebonyi State and Abia State in order to vote out the governors. At the same time, saying that we are conducting referendum. See, it is no longer it is no longer hidden to people that this guy is joking, and at the same time he's a Confucianist. It is because that he don't know where to keep doing all this. It's just like somebody that was being beaten in a fight. You know, when you beat somebody, when two persons is fighting, and the other person beat that person, beat the hell out of that person. The other person that the other person they beat will now just carry sand and start pouring sand. That's to tell you that he has accepted defeat and the heat is much on him. So all these things are signs of their failure. A situation whereby that they will be bruised to tell you that they are now failure. That is to tell you that they are now failure. So and they are confused. They wanted to put confusion in the midst of the Biafrans, but they are confused to themselves because they don't know when they do all these things. You'll be talking about three different things at a time, so carry it out. And why each others contradict? Why one contradict each other? So that's to let you know that the confusion that they want to put in the midst of their friends is as well coming to them. Number one, they don't reason. They don't ask themselves what is referendum. How do the referendum being conducted? And who will be the observers of the referendum? Who will give you the referendum? Are you the one to say that I'm conducting a referendum? Or is it the international community will come and conduct referendum for you? The people that have their referendum, were they the ones that conducted their own referendum? Is it not the international community that gave them the referendum and sent the observers to monitor them? At the end of the day, they got their results. And at the same time, the referendum we are talking about, don't you know that it can be manipulated? That is not the area we are going to. Number one is that they don't understand the word referendum. And they want to boycott the election. They don't even know also that the referendum is also the election. And you want to boycott the election. You don't want people to conduct the election and you want your referendum to be conducted. You see the confusion in their heads. So these people are just deceiving themselves. This is their end. Because after this, they won't have anything again. And I want to tell you that it's because they have laid their foundation on lies. It's because that they have laid their foundation on all sorts of lies. They take from origin. Like yesterday, you heard, no more Buhari is a Jubilee. Now, Atiku is a Cameroonian.
Oh, yes.
That is a new one now. Atiku now is a Cameroonian, he's not a Nigerian. So you see, you keep on bringing something that will contradict that will contradict the idea of Biafra he claims to have.
Yeah, sometimes.
The struggle, what does it have to do with the Biafra struggle that Atiku is a Cameroonian? Who asked you that? Because of what? You laid your foundation on lies. Every day you keep on lying every day. And this time around, your name is downfall. Because it's too much of you. You will not fool everybody all the time. I thank God for God has been opening eyes of some of his members.
Yes. Sorry, hold on. Let me cut you short there because I know network is having problems from your angle. Now, the question is this: if their members would ask, these people that ask you to go out or stay at home for referendum, where are they? Are they not part of this Biafran society? Wouldn't they be part of the referendum? Don't forget that what determines the result of any referendum is majority of votes cast. If the people that are asking you to stay at home or to conduct a referendum are not physically present, how do you think they believe in that particular system? They don't believe in the system. They are not there. Their brothers are not there. Their sisters are not there. Their parents are not there. Tell me, who is going to conduct the referendum? If you attempt to God be the glory, you say you stay at home and do it. Otherwise, if you should attempt to come outside to mention, oh, of course, you can. Your madness will not drag you to that extent. Why? What is wrong with the people? Referendum, do you know what it means? You don't know. So if anybody tells you referendum, try and find out what referendum stands for. The process is not a child's play. Or would you have all these towns now up and down, neighboring up Biafra flag and sorry, please, and continue to desecrate it. Referendum is not for traders in Aba. They can only come out to vote, but they cannot conduct it because they don't know anything to do. Referendum is not for touts. I'm sorry to say this. Referendum is not for artisans. Oh, look, come on, what do you mean? Referendum is not for anybody at all. It is for the intellectuals, those the enlightened ones, those who know what it means. You don't just come out and say referendum. Oh, having a handshake. You and I. Who told you UN approved it? Which UN? Which UN? Anything I grow on the referendum on a very day and a election in Nigeria. Man, as soon staying at. Also, don't vote yet. Then you go and vote out the person. So, which one do you agree? I have told you. Let me make it plain and pellucid. The plot is to reduce the number of votes for PDP led by Atiku and the people B. To reduce the number of votes they will get in Biafra land. Just like the same people reduce the number of votes Biafrans would have given Jonathan, which made Buhari to win 2015. Not that he won. Jonathan merely considered power to avoid bloodshed. The same people want to reduce the number of votes in Igbo land, in Biafra land, for Buhari, who has paid them to win. That is the plot. When they started shouting Jubre, they knew what they were doing. They wanted to give you the impression that they are not in good terms with Buhari, or that whoever is in Asorok is a foreigner. It was a mere impression. They wanted to create that impression. Oh, he doesn't want Buhari. He doesn't like Buhari. While behind the saying, they are together They are working together. They are in tandem. They know what they're doing. I am an insider. I have every secret information. I get it 24 hours. I belong. The plot is to reduce PDP vote in Biafra land and make APC Buhari to win. So that when if Buhari won, then the exiles must surely return. Don't forget he told you, after February 16, I will hands off Biafra struggle, I will relinquish everything. By then, the thinking is that Buhari would have won, who will now grant him amnesty and he will come back. That is a gist. Let us wait. 16th of February, 100 days from now. Let us see whether they will continue the Biafra struggle or they will hands off. It's a matter of time. Words are easier said than done. We are waiting. It is not enough to come out and begin to talk blah, blah, blah. This time around, they tried it in Anambra, of course, 2017. What happened? Only one statement by Ijel Ndibo. There was an election in Anambra State. And after the election, Obiano won. They said, oh, it was because we did not vote. That was why Obiano. They tried to take the glory. The problem with IPOB is that they like mounting their billboard where other people have finished their construction. They like taking the glory where they have achieved nothing and contributed nothing. That is a hallmark of IPOB. Look, let us be honest to ourselves. Stop this. Nobody is a robot. Nobody is a robot. If they want to destroy Igbo land, the Muslim world, they want to come and create confusion in Biafra land. They want them to come and kill our people. Because London, here and there, where I don't know. Let me tell you, we continue to say this. Many of us don't live in Nigeria or in Biafra land. But we have our near relations over there. We don't want a situation where they will be victims of impending catastrophe. Because these people who want crisis, many of them live abroad. They want you to perish. They come back and inherit whatever belongs to you. And a foolish man, an idiot, you are buying the idea. You are foolishly buying the idea. Oh, but the referendum, stay at home. And what he was in with offer, this modern time. And I mess na design, na invent Facebook, everything in the internet. You my bread penama, you your fessela. Come on, let's tell ourselves the truth. Indeed, what does a hand make and this? Okay, Narion. Why not you people reason? Go and listen to Tony Nadi, the revelations this gentleman has made in the past days. Tony Nadi revealed the secret plot by Nigeria and the British government. How they have planned to bring down Biafra, to kill our people, to Islamize us. How they have planned to take what remains of our oil resources and leave us impoverished forever. They are looking for opportunities to level Onitsha, to level Aba, Owerri, Oka, Nnewi, Enugu, Port Harcourt, and what have you. They are looking for the slightest opportunity to bring down the Niger Bridge, to kill our people. They have the military arsenals of a non-sophistication. What do we have? 100 men. 100 men, I will bring down the zoo. I'm going to bring Ishi Buhari. I will do the... Come on, stop that stupidity. Enough is enough. Why do people thrive in lies? You go home, you get to your room, you sleep. Hope your man are because you're not going to do the go kwasi. You keep on telling them lies. Hope your man are bagging. And they're there dying. Who told you? What is wrong? Tony Nadi revealed everything, the whole plot, to enslave our people forever. And somebody somewhere is using one of us. He was paid to bring down Biafra. Forget it. No surrender. What do you call it? No retreat, no surrender. Forget those things. No retreat, no surrender, no exile. Stop that madness. What happened? No retreat, no surrender. Boom. Only one shot. Only Rama war. Only Rama will disappear into thin air. Then you are groomed. After 1 year plus or minus, if I need to worry, I took out join Nigeria or Cameroon. And so, about watching America or one America. Buhari won Sudan. And so, how does it concern Biafra land? How does it concern Biafra? Give us a footprint. I mean, yeah, what do you call it now? Yeah, what do they call it again? Yeah, roadmap. Give us a roadmap towards Biafra actualization. Tell us what we have to do to actualize Biafra. Or who did you bring? Or who did Atiku? Or the Cameroon? Or the Sudan? This and that. Come on, what is wrong? These things cannot help Biafra. We are telling our people the simple truth. Stop this madness. People are behaving like animals in the zoo. I'm talking of this particular group of people called IPOB. Something is wrong with all of you. Oh, I forgot. It has been discovered that all these Facebook warriors of IPOB are somewhere in Germany in a war room. One person will have 10 to more Facebook pages. And you go, especially woman duro here, woman asylum. And you go, na manya, na say he already. Hanede, na support nothing. Oh, come on. We just discovered it a few days ago. I was in Biafra land for 3 good weeks. There was nobody talking about referendum. No single person. No single individual was seen on the street carrying Biafra shouting referendum. I won somewhere in the city of Munich, Germany. I have one room. In that asylum. And you have little money. Deco. Our leader, our spirit. Oh, come on, stop that madness. You deport, okay? You deport tomorrow. Can you letter submit to? Now you got sign on. What happened? They told you no, go back. We don't recognize you. Only the signature of Chief Dr. Rafu was taken the what? Wasn't that enough to teach you a lesson? Wasn't that enough to tell you that where you are going there is no road? In the institution, I throw like I give me sacrifice. Bruno Naga, who make a dish Naga. In a conduct referendum. Can you define it? If better like a liberal, I cannot cook a bill. Allow you to repair, get the lack and give brew beer. Allow you also get the lack and go where? Get Bruno Nala. In a referendum. Look at you. Dip back on. Ibono na suffer that I think feed the family. Oh no, God, this is referendum. Look at you. We are telling our people the plot behind the scene. They want to bring down PDP vote in Eastern region and give Buhari the advantage over Atiku and the P2B. And if Buhari wins, then invariably he's going to be granted amnesty and he comes back relinquishing Biafra. He has collected the money already. Do not forget that the plot, remember, these Fulani people can use you and dump you. After using you, they will not only dump you, if you make noise, they kill you. Name them. Abiola, Sarawiwa, Adakaburu, Hashamari, Funsho Williams. The list is plenty. Where are they today? After using them against their own people, they turned and killed them. Very soon, Tinubu, Amechi, Okrocha, Obanleono, Ndige, name them. Okay, so it's a matter of time. After using you against their own people, they will finish you. If you doubt me, if you think you're not on the road, come back home and talk. No referendum. Come back home and say it. And see the consequences. It is not enough to hide in the comfort of Europe and begin to deceive the poor people at home. What is wrong with our people? Why can't we use our quotient to know that something is wrong somewhere? Come on! A word they say is enough for the wise. Sunday Oti, are you there with us still? Let me see you make a contribution. Otherwise, we go to the next topic. Sunday Oti, are you there?
Yeah, the moderator, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Sunday Oti.
Very happy. I'm very delighted for today's topic. Yes, it's at the right time. We all know how APC and the Kano had their meeting. All these things that he's doing is one, he has two things in mind. One, to make sure that he delivers right, and two, to be able to eat the money that he collected from our people over there and here in Biafra. He exhorted our people to the extent that I don't know how the magic he used a whole book and to contribute to questions. And after eating that money now, he's now telling them that 16th of February will be the referendum day. The day which he knows that Nigerian presidential election will be conducted. And see what he's saying now. If we stay at home, I don't know whether the referendum will be in their mother's support that they are going to conduct the referendum. I don't know if referendum. First of all, you will consult the international communities, the international observers will be there, including the Nigerian observers. Everybody will be there to make sure that there is no mago, that everybody is allowed to exercise his feelings or his right. What do they provide? Like pilot buses, pilot cars, all these materials being used for election. Where did they keep it? What preparation have they made? All these things will tell us that what they are doing is kangaroo. They are just deceiving our people. They are just, he is just using our people, milking them. In fact, this is one of the money ritual. Because all the people that has died in this process, God will surely ask him of their blood. Because he killed nobody. If I tell you that operation he knows about it. He knows that those people are coming. He's an agreement with time. All those, the truth will still come out. The truth will come out. All I'm telling our people, though here in Lagos, we are trying to make sure that because whatever may be the case, they are still our brothers. We are educating our brothers to make sure that they do not waste their life. Because he that dies in the process of following the kind of dies for nothing. Nobody, in fact, even though he abandoned his body is enough people till now. All these things, all the people that are there shouting, I feel be very interesting. Up to he has anything in his cupboard. But most of the people that are still following him are very happy they took
please, Sunday, okay. It appears they are talking and listening to this discussion sometime. Up their microphone and talk to us.
What they are. So.
Okay, hold it there, please. Please, Sunday, network is failing at your own side. and the same time you are talking and you are listening to this program, that is why there is a clash there. Let me say. Please, that is okay, Sunday Oti. Sunday Oti, that is enough. Sunday Oti, that is okay, please. Let me welcome Ume Maslenus joining us just now. Ume, you're welcome. Ume Maslenus, you're welcome. Now, let me move on with the program. Tony Nnadi, a few days ago, gave us a revelation about what is brewing in Nigeria. The British government has concluded plans with the Fulani of Nigeria to take over the entire landscape. This informs the reason why our borders have become very, very porous. People from Mali, people from Chad, people from Burkina Faso, from Niger, from Guinea, Sudan, all the black Fulanis within Africa are now entering Nigeria, well armed. Do not forget that a week or so ago, when Buhari went to Kano to campaign, some governors from Niger were there. For what? Why? What were they doing? Governors from Niger, what were they doing in Kano, joining Buhari in presidential campaign? Nuhu Ribadu, former EFCC chairman, boasted that any Fulani man from any part of Africa, more especially West Africa, is free to enter Nigeria and stay wherever he likes. Because ECOWAS is a free economic zone, anybody can migrate anywhere, anytime. Now, because of this, the Fulanis in Guinea have all migrated into Nigeria. Mali is emptied already into Nigeria. Niger is completely emptied into Nigeria. Think of Chad here. Burkina Faso, the same thing. Every week, 3, 4, 5 flights move to and fro Sudan. Bringing who? Bringing what? All the borders in the north are open to foreign migration. They enter anyhow. Nobody checkmates them. Last year, I revealed to our people that in a hotel in Bamako, where I was, I saw Nigeria's ballot papers. PVCs. Why? Doing what in Burkina Faso? In Bamako. Nobody took me serious. Today, when governors from that side are now campaigning with Buhari, I am vindicated. What is happening? All the Fulanis in Guinea have moved down to Nigeria. All of them in Niger, in Nigeria, Mali, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Sudan, Nigeria. All of them are armed. Port Harcourt has been taken over by the Fulanis. Edo State is finished. Middle Belt is gone. Yoruba is divided. They are already gone. The last target is Biafra land. Mark my words. They will never succeed. Heavens will fall. The entire Arab world within the Middle East attacked Israel the same day, the same hour. What happened? Are they not regretting today? If all the Fulanis in the world like, let them enter Biafra land to attempt it, they will regret it. I make bold to state it. They will regret it. You can never penetrate our stronghold. Forget we preach peace. Forget that we preach peace all the time. You cannot attempt and succeed. Heavens will fall. To those deceiving you, to some of the people who are giving people, leading you people inside Biafra land, all of you are going to regret it. Mark my words. Nobody will Islamize Biafra land. Nobody will attempt Islamizing Igbo land. Rule it out. Just rule it out. If your forefather had a dream, he was drunk. If Ahmad Bello had a dream of Islamizing Biafra, he was drunk. He must have taken some alcohol or whiz. He was not taken for his right senses. Come and try it. It is enough to say rubbish. Come to Biafra land and try Islamizing us. And let's see what will happen. I blame Avengers. When it happened, they go and collect money and put it in their pockets. Because they hate the Igbos. Oh, what madness is that? You want to Islamize us? That is Buhari's main target. All the military chiefs, all the security chiefs, all of them are Muslims. Fulani Muslims. Fulani Muslims. Because they are hell-bent on killing us. All the sophisticated arms are in Kaduna. How red and gold. Bushigu Muibu, Umu Biafra. Hana Agara Sambisa. And there's a sabotage. Hane Wishiga. Every day, Biafran officers continue to die in the Nigerian army. Nobody is talking. Everybody is keeping silent. Go and ask Tony Nadi. He let bare everything. How can the people perish at the same time? Nobody is talking. And an idiot is talking about referendum. Where? Instead of coming out to give us a roadmap how we are going to achieve Biafra, how we are going to defend Biafra land in case of any civil strife. Somebody talking about referendum. Which referendum in a government that is already functioning? Let me tell you, Biafra government is already on. Let me say skeleton. We are already functioning. So why do you drag us back by saying referendum? We have a Biafran government already. Don't you know that? We have Biafran government already. If you are in doubt, go to Owerri, go to all the zones in Biafra land. You will see the handwritings on the wall. Not when you wake up from dream or you just come back from exile like Okoko and things fall apart. You think things are still the same thing. Then you try. At the end of committing suicide. We don't want any of our people to commit suicide. Otherwise, we'll hand you over to enemies or to foreigners. So be reasonable. Go and collect any amount of money from the house of Fulani. No problem. Their money belongs to us. They took their money from us. So if you go and bring their money back to Biafra land, no problem. After all, freedom means getting everything that belongs to us. Independence means getting anything that belongs to us from the enemy. If you go to enemy zone, collect our money back to Biafra land and invest it. It's part of the freedom we're looking at talking about. It's part of the independence. That is true. So don't say, oh, this person has taken money from government. Go and get that money and bring it back. Is it easy to go to Abuja and collect money? Go and bring it and come back. There are poor people in Biafra land. I went to many cities and villages in Biafra land in the last 3 days, last 3 weeks. People are hungry. People are depressed. People are frustrated. People are dying. Nothing is functioning in Biafra land. I almost ran away thinking, was this the place I left 2 years ago? Things are no longer the same. People are dying. No electricity, no water. When rain comes, everywhere is flooded. People are suffering. Why can't you tell us how we are going to better Biafra land instead of supporting the enemy against their people? Everybody was crying in Biafra land. I wept for my people. No matter the amount you have, you cannot buy anything tangible. Nigeria's money, the naira, is just a toilet paper. It doesn't function. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Then somebody, instead of telling us how we are going to make the Biafran pound stronger than the dollar or the euro or the pound, that's the British pound. We are talking of referendum which we caused since 1967, 1970. A referendum was conducted before the Civil War, before Biafra was declared. So why do you drag us back? Biafran government is already functioning. The UN has given us a nod. If you don't know it now. So why do you talk of referendum? Allow Nigeria to conduct her election. It doesn't bother us. Allow Jubilee to rule Nigeria. It's not our headache. Allow Atiku to rule Nigeria. It's not our headache. Our headache is to make sure we get Biafra. Stop distracting us. You are not the only human being on earth. Stop distracting us. You are not the only person in Biafra land. Stop disturbing the peace of Biafra land. Enough is enough. If you want us to take you serious, come back to Biafra land and talk to our people. And they will listen to you one-on-one and ask you questions. You can't be hiding in the comfort of Europe and then begin to cause a crisis in Biafra land. Why? It is enough. It is enough. We are preparing for any eventuality in the aftermath of the 2019 presidential election. Let me tell you, the handwritings around the wall is not going to be Uhuru for Nigeria anymore. When Ijele Ndigbo tells you prepare for 2019 Biafra, he is not joking. Something is happening which I'm not bound to say here. It was part of my mission to Biafra land. We must put our house in order. We must be prepared. We must sleep with one eye open. Days are numbered. Those who tell you, oh, after 16th of February, they know what they are saying. They know Nigeria shall cease to exist and Biafra shall come to be. And if there is a Biafra, why then do we talk of agitation? It's not over. All we are saying is that the attempts by Britain and the Fulani people to Islamize Biafra and convert our oil resources can never withstand the test of time. We shall be ready for that. Today, the Arab world is afraid of Israel. Not until the African Fulanis are taught a lesson by Biafra, they will not go and sleep. We are getting ready. Look, let me tell you, we don't want to fight a war. We are men of peace. That is why we follow the philosophy of our leader, Chief Dr. Rafo Mazrike. But then, that does not mean that if you come to our house to drag us out, we follow you without resistance. We are going to say no. Self-defense is nature's eldest law. We are going to defend ourselves. If we don't have the arms, we have our God. If we don't have enemy friends of the international community, the angels of God are there for us. We know where our strength lies. Our strength lies in the maker of all things. We are going to make sure that the enemy does not take us unawares. Biafra can never be Islamized. Heavens will fall in such an attempt. I welcomed Ume Maslinus before. I don't know if he's online right now. Ume Maslinus, are you still online with us? You are welcome.
Yes, good evening, and good evening, fellow Biafrans and all the lovers of freedom all over the world.
Yes, you came a bit late. We have been discussing some issues. The first topic we discussed was somebody talking about a referendum on the very day Nigeria is conducting presidential election. There is nowhere in the history of any nation where two important events take place in a day, referendum and election. It's just like in a given family, they are conducting funeral, the same time conducting marriage ceremony. Is it possible? We talked on that and people explain themselves. Now we are talking about some of our people in IPB trying to support Buhari, who is bent on Islamizing Biafra land, Igbo land. Are we going to let it down? Are we going to allow it to happen? What efforts must we make to make sure that all their plots can never withstand the test of time? Tony Nadi revealed a lot of things, how Britain and the Fulanese and some crooked evil people are plotting to bring Biafra down. Tony Nadi said it all. He shocked the whole world by that revelation. This is what we have been discussing. Ume Maslin, it's over to you.
Thank you, Marco. No, I don't know if network will be kind to me because it has been disturbing a lot. And that was why I learned that before. What I will say in the aspect of those trying to drag us back, those talking about referendum and election date, is to me the analysis I will give to that is where a madman was given the privilege to load a vehicle before paying his and he will board in passengers going to Abuja, boarding passengers going to Ibadan, boarding passengers going to Warwick, and all that. And at the end of the day, it will be driver that will be suffering because he won't know who to go and drop first, whether to go to Ibadan after dropping those at Ibadan, he will come back and find his way to Abuja and all that. So that is what the analysis I will do to that, because when you see somebody who is confused, somebody who is confused, trying to prove that it's not confused, you continue to discover more confusion whatever thing he's trying to say. And that is the condition IPOB and the leadership found themselves right now. Some of them know the truth, but they don't want to say the truth. While the gullibles who are out there, they will keep killing themselves trying to defend what they don't know they can never defend. And that is their situation right now. Then concerning those that have been importing foreigners into the country with a particular agenda, yes, from onset we knew what the government of Muhammadu Buhari was coming in to do from the beginning. Even before 2015, we knew all that, and we were telling people, but refused to see what we had to live. Now that they've started seeing it and are running helter-skelter, they think that we are keeping quiet. That means that we even before that time, when we saw it initially, we are putting things in order to make sure they don't take us unaware. And now that our people have started seeing what we are telling them those years, now they are crying up and down and expecting us to start crying with them. Without knowing that already when we saw it, started to program. Now they will start crying with them. Instead, we are trying to put finishing touches to what we have been doing all along. And that is the best thing we can do. I wasn't surprised when I saw or read about governors from Niger being in Kano at their campaign ground. I wasn't surprised because I know quite well that already there's a crack. There's a very deep crack between the relationship amongst the Fulanis and the Hausas in up north. And when he said that he cannot gather crowds when he go for any campaign in those areas that he's sure that are not Fulani dominated areas, I know he will try to make some arrangement to see that when he gets to that place there will be people. But it is going to do because of that deep crack that is in their relationship now. They are even more afraid than we know. They are more afraid than we know. So those are the problems they're having now. And all what we are doing now is folding our hands and watching to see how events unfold. Because we knew it will get to this point. We knew it will get to this point because when Nigeria was into us years, also understand that the time is coming. When I'm finishing all what we are doing, we'll just hold our hands and be watching events unfold on their own. And that is exactly what is happening now. So there's nothing that is happening now that is coming as a surprise to those of us who are faithful in the struggle, following our leader, who we know that knows our destination, who knows where we are heading to, and knows the right route to that place. So that is one thing that differentiates us from other people who maybe one reason used to follow his leadership. So now that everything has gotten to this point, all we have to say is glory be to God that we started on time and we saw all their plans from afar and started putting things in order. Thank God that today we have finally dotted I's and crossed our T's. All what we are just waiting is just for a statement that will come from a source and everything will be unveiled to the knowledge of even the most ignorant of all people. So that is what I have to tell our people briefly now. From the angles you have made me understand that your people have discussed on. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Thank you so much. Of course, we know what is on ground. We know they are plotting seriously against us, and we must never sleep. We know that Britain does not want Biafra to survive, but Biafra must come to be in spite of Britain. Right now, Britain is facing a lot of challenges. Remember, it's because of the challenges they are facing that made them to escape from the European Union, which today they are regretting because the conditions imposed on them by the rest of Europe, are very biting. They don't know what to do. Apart from this, now Britain has become a home to the Islamic world. They have taken over everywhere. They want the same thing in Biafra land. They want a situation where the Islamic people are controlling our oil resources. Then they will enter to continue to steal. Do not forget that Britain keeps stealing wherever they go. That is a country that gave us Christianity. You can imagine the irony of it all. He gave us Christianity, and when it is time to support us, you go and support the Islamic people. How then do you expect us to take you serious? If we begin to campaign against that, people will say, oh, they have come again. But no, there is a God, and we must worship him. It is this particular God that has always protected us, defended us. It is the same God that has always led us through the labyrinth, through the valleys of death, through the storm. The same God which allowed Jonah to go to the belly of the whale is the same God who is leading us through the Red Sea. There is nothing the enemy can do because we are a chosen race. Those who fight us fight in vain, and they will need to regret it. Professor Patrice Lumumba, while addressing a section of the Igbo society where even Nigerians were included, said, any country, and it is true, any country you go, you don't see the footprint of an Igbo man, run away. Something is wrong there. And that is true. We carry with us the blessings of the Almighty, and we implant them where every day we go. Where there is no Igbo footprint, nothing germinates there, and even if anything germinates, it withers. We are a blessing where every day we go. Just like we continue to say, without the Igbo, there will be no Lagos. Without the Igbo, there will be no Abuja. Without the Igbo, there will be no cities in the northern part of Nigeria. Without the Igbo, Nigeria is a desert of vast eternity. And yet they don't want us to survive. Unfortunately for them, the more they try to bring us down, the more we rise. We are like the furnace. From the ashes of incineration, we come back to life. That is a furnace. There is nothing they can do. We are going to survive it. We hold the economy, we hold the mobility, we hold everything. You might hold a prince. Okay, you possess the power. And what about it? The very day you will go hungry, that is where you know that even the crown can tumble. It is a matter of time, and days are numbered. You cannot cheat us forever. You cannot hold us down forever. It is a time for awakening, a time for restitution. A time has come for us to answer our name. We are going to tell the enemy, enough is enough. We don't want to fight a war because we value human life. But if the enemy will give us the impression of that aggression, we are going to defend ourselves. And in the course of defending ourselves, remember, nothing shall be held against us. If you are a Biafran, from whatever section of Biafran Confederation you come from, do not sabotage us. Do not join the enemy. Do not do anything that is detrimental to Biafran interests. Don't say because of selfish interest, you go and join the enemy to bring us down. Because you want to answer a name. Because you want to climb above others. You want to answer the Supremo. Then you want to join the enemy to impose Buhari on us. Never. You shall give account of it one day. Don't forget that we are close to Biafra threshold. And when we enter that particular Zion, we are going to take a census. We know who is who and who is where. That is when everybody that participated in one way or the other in this struggle shall be called to account. We are taking note. If you are a traditional ruler and you are in exile, when you die, we shall know how they bring you back home. We shall know how they will bring your cost back home. It all aru na alibo na a traditional ruler we can go abroad, one in exile or aru. Such a thing can cause plague to an entire community. Let us pray that let no traditional ruler go on exile and die there. Before don't let me hear you so brain here. Don't ask for because I actually make hunger for you now. If you have all the millions, you are not enjoying it in Biafra land or in Igbo land. It is no money. It is no wealth. You only enjoy your money or your wealth when you enjoy it in Biafra land, in Igbo land. Otherwise, bring billions and millions anywhere. It doesn't concern us. Come back to Biafra land and enjoy it and we'll take it serious. Come back to Biafra land and invest your money and help their people. You cannot join the enemy to Islamize us. You cannot join the enemy to take our resources. You cannot join the enemy to take away our freedom and you want us to take it lightly. Let Biafrans beware. There is enemy within. The enemy within comes with the tag of referendum. We must not allow that. If you don't want to vote that day, stay at home. Don't go out. That is a headache. Like do this. Stay at home. Don't come out. That is a headache. Madness. If you want to try, come out and say, let us see you. Oh, this kind of a money make noise. If you want us to take you as a courageous individual, say it and come out and defend it. Come and lead it. You don't troop the helpless people to go and die on timely death. It happened in Port Harcourt. It happened in Afaruku and very many other places. And there people are keeping silent. So idiots are still believing. Something is wrong with our people. Everybody should manufacture lies. Yoke. Dragging yourselves. Or into Ozukama. Man now, onachi. Man now, onachi. Or you are buried in the grave in peace. You're not even in peace, but in pieces. Kedozu, why not geze? Also, such here, Kelu, one geze. What are you telling me? A country with a presidential election. Get on, or send Zusi beggy, Naga referendum. Idiots, a pere, na handshake. Naka. You can a referendum. Look at them. I say the final referendum. You put here, Zagawa. Something is wrong with our people. We shall continue to emphasize this until after the presidential election. We are going to tell our people that this issue of referendum is a scam. Some people want to remain relevant. That is why they continue to shout referendum. They want to remain relevant. Of course, in their midst, there is crisis. 3, 4, 5 groups, secret groups are now emerging. We are going to see the end of it all. You want to create problem in Biafra land because you have the opportunity. You are giving a radio to mobilize our people for eventual Biafra. You will not go to deceive in the matter. And that's the good way. That's okay. We see her. Oh, Guinea. Oh, Guinea. Penny come, you may say, oh, Guinea. Yeah, but how many career no say organic. May his soul rest in peace. Stop deceiving our people. There is nothing like a referendum in Nigeria or in Biafra land on the 16th of February. That coincidence is a plot to give Buhari advantage over Atiku in Igbo land. Nothing more. It's just to reduce the number of votes for PDP led by Atiku. Nothing more. And by so doing, give Buhari an edge. The man who has vowed to Islamize us. The man who said he will give us 5% out of how many percent? The man who said we didn't vote for him, therefore we are not part of his own constituency. The man who said he's not present for the Biafras or Igbos, but for the Connaughts. Oh, tell me what? He wanted to come and rule you? We must do something about it. I tell you, mark my words and watch my lips. No matter if APC, oh, look, I forgot. Oshomole is a crook. Oshomole is a crook. In the event of any crisis, Oshomole is going to be the first victim. Mark my words. Adams Oshomole, that crooked Benin Auchi man who stole Benin Edo State hands down, is going to be the first victim in the event of any civil crisis in Nigeria. He is the brain behind all this malady. The man is a criminal of a sort. Tinubu will not escape it. Mark my words. If APC, if Buhari thinks he's going to manipulate, mark my words, I am not campaigning for anybody. I am stating reality on ground. Reality on ground because it affects my own people who are back home in Biafra land. If Buhari feels he's going to manipulate the election to his own advantage by bringing his own cousin or whatever to collect results, let me tell you, I repeat, let me tell you, it's going to be a requiem. It's going to be a requiem. When you are eating in your own house, you think other people are hungry in their own. It's a lie. Just like you think you can come and Islamize us, wipe us out. You think we fold our arms to wait for you to come and kill us? No way. It doesn't happen that way. It does not happen that way. There was a time OPC tried it in Lagos to chastise the Igbos. What was the consequence? Today, what is OPC? Before Bakassi boys. OPC tried it. From Aba and Onitsha, we sent few Bakassi boys. What happened? OPC rather, of course, OPC, the same thing. OPC guys, even Oyebo with Dogoha was dumped in the lagoon by Bakassi boys. Come and try us. We are men of peace, but come and try us. There has never been a time where and when violence overcame peace. It doesn't happen. Just like darkness can never conquer light, nor hell, taking hold of heaven. It's impossible. Practically impossible. Rule it out. From the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, Ikenna Obibe God is my name. I am still here with members of the crew. Uchenna is here with me. Umema Slino, Sunday Ochi, of course, is there. Sonny Emmanuel is here. Of course, our sister Jackie was there. She just left, and very many others listening. Michael Kaha is busy at work. Lots and lots of the people are listening, monitoring the program. But because everything is coming at a faster rate, I'm unable to read out all their names. So many of our people writing, commenting. Of course, some are abusing. Those who are abusing, we have to forgive them because they know not what they do. That is the truth. They know not what they do. We are here to correct some anomalies. We are here to give our people the true position. Tell them how everything is working, not abuse anybody. But to God be the glory that number of people who abuse has drastically reduced. The number has reduced because they have now seen the light. they have now seen, known the truth. Truth has surfaced. At the end of it all, truth has surfaced. Those who have been feeding our people with lies are now saying, what next after 16th of February? What next? What other lie are we going to tell them? Gentlemen of the crew, we are approaching the end of this particular program. I give each and every one of you 2 minutes to make your final comment, and we continue for tomorrow with different topic. Over to you, Uchenna Okeke. If Uchenna is not there, Ume can take over. If Ume is not there, Sunday Oti or Sunday Emmanuel. Let us be hurry.
Okay. Let us be hurry. Alright, thank you, Uncle. So now my playlist is online.
Go on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm very glad that we have handled this topic today, because one thing that got me shall talk about this referendum. I don't know what the understand referendum should be. Will they be in their houses and the referendum will go on, or will they come out to declare and that other people are coming out of their vote? They come out, or one vital question they need to ask is this: Supreme, the president ready to listen, we go the referendum. This is a vital question to ask, and somebody asked I want you today. Ask him, yeah, you collected money from us for, and now that you have opted for, are you going more, or do we wait up until we try Nigeria the way he's doing? These are just, I expect people, you know, except the very few who have started understanding the handwriting of the work. But let a consumer that let our people who believe so much in them for continue in their prayer that whatever that has been hindering the sovereignty we have been waiting for that feed, we shall. And the promise I'm making to each and every people is that know this, all of us will have to God be the glory, because He has prayers. It should be those to Islamize the time. They have limits and go. And in all, God will definitely manifest Himself. Thank you all who have been part of the See, thank you from
Thank you very much, Ume Maslimus. Sorry, Emmanuel, are you there? Your last comment. Sonny is not there. Uchenna Okeke, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Here.
2 minutes, make your last comment, please.
Yeah, thank you, my brother. You see, just like telling our referendum that they remember in 2015 that you contribute for the fund and they contributed, not give back the money they contributed from. We are not giving it, and yeah. So go for a referendum. Which is true. That we can never go for a referendum. That Biafra should be something you will get in a part of you that not look like what you will do. It is where you for that paper. Now you don't want to use them back the money and you are calling for a referendum. And you say that when you any part speaking about referendum, you are going. That's what makes him not to resign. Now he's talking about referendum. That all these things are what said on radio 2000 You see, the issue, the guy is a Confucianist. He was good to come destabilize the struggle of Biafra. We have understand everything, but my analysis is that they carry our flag, they insult our nation, they insult Biafra itself. He rise Biafra. That is like our Christian said, action need on this. We keep no. Look, so it is my concern. Already I know they have but the problem the Biafra they are doing nonsense to the carried out but no worry. I think what Mission said is necessary because enough is enough. We should not fold our hands and wait, messing up with our name, with our nation. And God has. I just want to use this opportunity to tell our people. I can see when post comment is going on. I want to only to say, I'm no longer. Thank God, they are now realizing, they are now doing that in the truth. But at the same time, we should keep on with that evangelism to aid people to build until they become normal. So I want to use this opportunity to thank our people who have bring us their time. This is very evening. So listen to this very and thank you, our moderator, for the wonderful opportunity. Thank you. Well.
Thank you very much. Uchenna Okeke, are you there with us? Sunday Oti, are you there? You make your last statement. Okay, they're not there. So, gentlemen, members of the crew, fellow compatriots, yeah, Sunday, leave it. I think we have gone beyond time and we have to end it off. So, we thank you, numerous gentlemen and ladies who have been part of this particular program, who have been writing, commenting, of course, in their own various capacities and understandings. We thank all of you for being part of this particular program. For the first time in 3 weeks, we are broadcasting again. Tomorrow, we are coming on air equally. For the presidential election, we shall continue to inform you. We shall continue to put things right to make sure you don't go astray. That is our duty. That is the reason why the bim-massob family, led by Chief Dr. Rafu Wazeke, put up this particular station for us to use as a platform to inform our people, to correct all lies, to make sure that nobody tells them for a ride. Somebody is writing, Mr. Man, you told us that you will never be part of any Biafra that will be gotten through a referendum. How come that you told us to contribute money for defense? After paying money for defense, now you are telling us referendum. Where is the money? Can you please refund us the money? And then we'll take you serious. Since the money was paid for defense and not for referendum, what are you telling us? Now somebody's writing this. I'm not bound to mention the person's name. All we are saying is that do not scam our people, because at the end of the day, you are going to give account of your stewardship. Once again, from the studios of the Voice of Biafra International and the Biafra Broadcasting Authority, we thank Ume Maslinos for being part of the program. We thank Sonny Emmanuel Nwabisi for being here with us. We thank Uchenna Okeke, Sunday Oti, Vincent Ekene, Ume Maslinos, and those who were unable to join us this evening. We hope they will join us during the tomorrow. I am Ikenna Obibi Egono. We say thank you. May God bless you. May God continue to bless you as we march towards Biafra, as we prepare for Biafra. As we say to all, get ready. The tape is in sight, and it is time for us now to answer Biafra. On the strength of this, we say, remain blessed, Remain blessed, and may God be with you. Thank you for being with us.
Ulo bidide when I do.